Have you ever felt it, that deep, undeniable knowing that you are so close to everything you've ever wanted, close to the love, the freedom, the peace, but it feels like it's just beyond your fingertips? That feeling is not a cruel trick of the universe. It is not a sign of your failure. It is a divine signal, a sacred echo from a reality that is already yours. You've been told to be patient, to try harder, to run the race until you reach the finish line. But that is the great misunderstanding. Stay with me, because this message is not about how to reach your desire. It's about how to accept it. By the end of this journey together, you will understand the most liberating truth of all. The finish line you've been desperately running towards is actually the starting block you were meant to stand on all along. You must understand this, for it changes everything. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not a puppet in a world of chaos. You are the operant power. Look at your life, the people, the conditions, the triumphs, the failures, all of it. It did not happen to you. It happened from you. You are the dreamer, and this world is your dream. The journey you are on, the very path beneath your feet, was laid by a divine plan you yourself initiated before you even entered this state. You are both the creator and the magnificent creation, the artist and the living sculpture. There is no external God to petition or beg. The power you seek is not in the sky. It is the very consciousness, the great I am, that is looking through your eyes this very moment. This awareness of being is the one and only cause, so stop looking for saviors. You are the one you have been waiting for. You are the cause of it all. Now, let's talk about your desires. You have been taught to see them as signs of lack, as painful reminders of what you do not have. This is a profound misunderstanding. Your desires are not punishments. They are promises. They are sacred seeds planted within you by the divine, which is your own deeper self. Each desire, whether for health, love, or wealth, contains within it the perfect plan and power for its own fulfillment. It is a divine whisper from a state of being that is already yours, calling you to claim it. The hunger you feel for a different reality is not a curse. It is the proof that the banquet has already been prepared. Your desire is the word of God, and his word will not return unto him void. It must accomplish that which it was sent to do. So when a desire possesses you, do not question it. Do not judge it. Recognize it for what it is, a revelation of what you are capable of being. It's a door, inviting you home. Here's what changes everything. Your outer world is nothing more than a reflection, a shadow. It is your inner world, your state of consciousness, made visible. The people in your life are only playing the parts you have assigned them through your assumptions. The circumstances you face are the solidified form of your dominant inner conversations and feelings. Look around. That world you see is old news. It's the harvest of seeds you planted yesterday, last week, last year. It has no power over you unless you believe it does. You are eternally planting seeds in the garden of your mind, and the world is the mirror showing you what you have planted. If you don't like the reflection, don't try to break the mirror. It's a fool's game. You must change the self that is being reflected. Your only responsibility is to your inner state. Everything else is automatic. The world has no choice but to conform to the new you. And how do you change this self? Through your wonderful human imagination. This is not childish fantasy or idle daydreaming. Your imagination is God in action. It is the creative power itself, the very workshop where realities are forged. Every single thing that is now solid and real in your world was first only imagined. The chair you sit in, the room you are in, the device you are using, all were once just an image, a feeling, in someone's imagination. This is the operant power. Your imagination knows the means, the ways, the how to bring your desire to pass in the most harmonious way possible. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to manipulate or force anything in the outer world. Your job is not to build the bridge to your desire. Your job is to simply go to the end, to stand in your imagination in the place where your desire is already a fact, but that's only the surface, knowing that you are the creator, that your desires are divine promises, that the world is a mirror, and that imagination is the creative force. This is just the map. It does not get you to the promised land. The real secret, the key that unlocks every door, is the feeling. You do not create reality with thought alone. You create it by selecting a new state of being and occupying it. How do you occupy a state? By assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is this persistent, feeling-toned assumption that impresses the subconscious mind. Your imagination builds the mold, but it is your feeling that fills it and gives it life. This is where your power truly lies. It's not in what you want, but in what you feel you already are. Now we must go deeper into how to live in this feeling, this divine assumption. This then is the great secret. It is called living from the end. It is the art of assuming the feeling of your wish already fulfilled. This is not mere positive thinking. It is a radical shift in consciousness. You stop thinking of your desire and start thinking from it. To think of it implies separation. You are here, and your desire is over there. But to think from it means you have mentally and emotionally fused with your aim. You are no longer wanting it. You are being the person who has it. You feel the satisfaction, the relief, the joy, or the quiet confidence that would be yours if your desire were a present, tangible fact. You walk in the feeling of that reality. The end is not a destination in the future. It is a state of consciousness you can choose to occupy right now. You must dare to assume that you already are what you want to be, for in the realm of consciousness, assumption, when persisted in, solidifies into fact. And here is the most liberating truth you will ever hear. Your only task, your sole responsibility, is to assume this feeling of the wish fulfilled. That is it. You are not required to build the bridge of incident that leads to your goal. You are not to concern yourself with the how or the when. To do so is to take the power out of the hands of your deeper self, the God within you. When you live in the feeling of the end, you are commanding the operant power of the universe. This infinite intelligence already knows the shortest, most harmonious path to your fulfillment. Your job is simply to remain in the desired state. Live your days in the quiet joy and satisfaction of knowing it is done. When you are tempted to worry or plan, you must return to your assumption. Your only work is to be loyal to this inner reality, to this new self. The how is not your business. Your business is to feel it real. But how does this work? What is the mechanism? Think of your subconscious mind as the womb of creation. It is completely impersonal, like fertile soil. It does not judge. It simply receives the seeds you plant and brings them to life. Your conscious feeling-toned assumption is the seed. When you consistently feel yourself to be the person you wish to be, you are impressing this new self-concept upon your subconscious mind. You are changing the very core of your being. And the subconscious, which directs all the unseen forces of your life, has no choice but to objectify what you have impressed upon it. It will move people, rearrange circumstances, and inspire events in ways you could never have conceived, all to mirror the truth you hold within. It is a perfect, infallible law. You impress a new state upon the subconscious, and the subconscious manifests it in your physical reality. You are not changing things. You are changing you, and things change. This is why persistence is the key that unlocks everything. After you have assumed the feeling of the wish fulfilled, your physical senses will often scream in protest. The world of facts will present evidence to the contrary. This is the great test. This is where most people falter. They look at the outer world, the shadow, and let it dictate their inner state. But you must understand, the outer world is the past. It is the reflection of your former assumptions. To persist in your new assumption means you deny the evidence of your senses and live faithfully in your imagination. You must turn your back on the present reality and walk as if your desire were already true. Do not waver. Every time you return to the feeling of fulfillment, you are watering the seed. Every moment you spend in that state, you are hardening the mold from which your new reality will be poured. Persist until it becomes your dominant feeling, your natural state of being. But what happens when doubt creeps in? When the silence feels deafening and the time seems to stretch on forever? This is where many feel they are failing, where they believe the law isn't working for them. They feel the immense gap between where they are and where they want to be. This feeling of distance, of striving, is the very thing you must overcome. It's an illusion born from your conditioning to believe in a linear cause and effect world. The journey is not one of time or space, but of consciousness. You are so much closer than you think. In fact, there is no distance to travel at all. There is only a shift in awareness to be made. Now, let us go deeper into this illusion of time and how to conquer the doubts that arise during this sacred period of gestation. That feeling of your desire being far away, that ache of separation, is the greatest obstacle you will ever face. But it is an illusion. You must see it for what it is. A conditioned belief in linear time and three-dimensional space, in the true reality, which is your own consciousness. There is no distance. There is no waiting. Everything exists. Now, the state of poverty and the state of wealth, the state of sickness and the state of health, are not miles or years apart. They are simply different arrangements of your own mind. The feeling of it will take time as a hypnotic spell cast by the world of senses, and you must break it. You do not travel to your desire. You collapse time and space by assuming the feeling of being there now. The moment you truly feel it, you have arrived. You are not moving towards a future goal. You are simply becoming aware of a reality that already is. You are not waiting for it. It is waiting for you. When you have performed your imaginal act and assumed your wish fulfilled, there often follows a period of silence. Nothing moves. The world seems unchanged. This is the divine gestation period, the Sabbath, and it is the ultimate test of your faith. Do not mistake this stillness for failure. The seed has been planted in the darkness of your subconscious mind, and like any seed, it needs time to germinate unseen. The forces of creation are at work, rearranging the world to conform to your new assumption. This silence is sacred. It requires your faith. To be anxious, to worry, to look for signs, is to dig up the seed to see if it is growing. You must let it be. Rest in the knowledge that what you have done in your imagination is done in reality. Your confidence during this interval is the rain and sun that nourishes the seed. The silence is not empty. It is pregnant with your new creation. Your five senses are the guardians of your past. They report a world that is already finished, a reality based on your old assumptions and beliefs. They are liars that tell you what has been, not what is becoming. To live by faith is to live by your inner state, to to trust your imagination over the evidence of your senses. When your eyes show you lack, you must close them and see abundance in your mind's eye. When the world tells you it's impossible, you must go within and feel the reality of it being done. This is not delusion. This is loyalty to a higher law. The physical world is a shadow, a delayed reflection of your consciousness. You have the power, in this present moment, to plant an entirely new seed. Do not let the dead past dictate your living present. What you see now is just a memory. What you feel now, in your imagination, is the coming reality. You must be willing to be called a fool by the world, to be called a master by God. But what of the past hurts? The deep-seated beliefs that block your path. There is a profound technique for this. It is called revision. The past is not fixed. It only exists in your memory, which is part of your imagination. Therefore, you can change. If take any unpleasant event from your day or your life, any scene that contributes to your current unwanted state, in your imagination, replay that scene. But this time, rewrite it, revise it to be the scene you wished had happened. Replay the revised version over and over, with feeling, until it takes on the tones of reality. When you successfully revise a past event, you neutralize its toxic effects on your present. You are not denying it, you are redeeming it. You are plucking the weed of a negative cause, and its bitter fruit will wither from the branch of your life. This is the forgiveness of sin, to erase it from consciousness. Knowing how to navigate the silence and revise the past are powerful tools, but true transformation comes from weaving this power into the fabric of your daily life. It is not enough to perform an occasional imaginal act. You must learn to live in a new state of being. This isn't a trick you perform, it is a new way of life you embody. It requires a disciplined practice, a moment-by-moment awareness of what you are assuming to be true. So how do you make this your daily reality? How do you build this new world, brick by brick, in the workshop of your mind? Now we move from overcoming obstacles to the practical, daily application of this power. We will lay out the very techniques that turn this mystical knowledge into tangible results. Knowledge must be applied to become wisdom, so let us now turn this truth into a living daily practice. Every morning upon waking, and every night before drifting into sleep, you must enter the workshop. This is the time when the veil between the conscious and subconscious mind is thinnest. Lie down, relax your body, and enter a state akin to sleep, a drowsy, meditative state where your mind is receptive. Now, do not think of your desire. Instead, construct a simple, short scene that would take place after your wish has been fulfilled. A friend congratulating you, holding the object in your hand, seeing the proof. Make it a single, static act. Now loop it. Replay this short scene over and over in your mind's eye. And as you do, you must engage your senses. What would you see? What would you hear? Most importantly, what would you feel? Feel the relief, the joy, the gratitude, until that feeling takes on the tones of reality and lulls you to sleep. You must understand what you are doing in these moments. You are not planning for the future, you are creating in the eternal now. The human mind is conditioned to see manifestation as a process of future achievement, but this is an illusion. Your imaginal act is not a blueprint for something that will happen tomorrow. It is a present reality in the only world that is truly real, the world of your imagination. Time is a construct of this shadow world. In consciousness, there is only now. When you successfully capture the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are not predicting the future. You are experiencing a state that already exists. You are selecting it. You are occupying it. The anxiety of when dissolves when you realize there is no when, there is only now. Your desire is fulfilled the moment you successfully assume its reality and feeling. The physical manifestation is just a delayed echo of this inner creative act. From this place of assumption, the question of action changes entirely. You have been taught to strive, to force, to struggle, to make it happen. This kind of action arises from a state of lack, from the belief that you do not yet have your desire. But when you persist in your assumption, when you live from the end, a new kind of action emerges. It is inspired action. It feels natural, effortless, and necessary. You will be moved to do things, to go places, to speak to people, without strain or worry. This is the bridge of incidents unfolding before you. This action is not the cause of your success. It is the effect of it. It is the logical and harmonious unfolding of your inner state into the outer world. Do not try to figure out what to do. Simply remain faithful to your assumption, and you will be guided perfectly. You do not act to acquire. You act because you have, in consciousness, already acquired. To fortify this new self-concept throughout your day, you must learn to wield the most powerful words in existence. I am. These two words are the name of God, the name of your own awareness. Whatever you attach to I am becomes your reality, for you are declaring it to be so. Stop telling the old story of lack and limitation. Begin to make bold new claims. Instead of thinking I want to be secure, declare with feeling, I am secure. Instead of hoping for love, know that I am loved. These are not just empty affirmations. They are declarations of a new state of being. They are a way to discipline your mind, to capture it when it wanders into doubt, and bring it back home to the truth of your assumption. Repeat your I am statement silently or aloud throughout the day until it becomes the quiet confident foundation upon which you stand. It is a pronouncement of your new identity. These techniques, the daily practice, the understanding of now, the allowance of inspired action, the declaration of I am, are the tools you use to build your new mansion of reality. But they are more than just tools to get things. They are disciplines for the soul, designed to awaken you to a profound truth. They are meant to help you close a gap, to bridge a distance. But what if that gap was never real? What if the distance was an illusion you created? This brings us to the very heart of the message, the deeper meaning behind the words, "You're so close." It is a secret not of proximity, but of identity. Now, let us go to the very core of this mystery and understand why your desire is not something you are moving toward, but something that is already here, within you. Let this truth shatter every illusion of separation you have ever held. When I say, "You're so close," I am not speaking of time or physical distance. I am telling you a secret about the nature of consciousness itself, in the infinite realm of your own awareness. In the great I am that you are, there is no separation. There is no distance between you and your desire. The you who is struggling and the you who has triumphed are not two different people separated by a long journey. They are two distinct states of consciousness, and you have the power to select which one you will occupy. You are not building a bridge to a new reality. You are simply shifting your awareness to a room that has always existed in the mansion of your being. The feeling of distance is the only wall, and your assumption is the door that makes the wall disappear. You are not one step away. You are one thought, one feeling away. This is why your desire is the ultimate proof of its own fulfillment. You have been taught that desire is a sign of lack, but it is the exact opposite. It is evidence. You could not genuinely desire something if it were not already a potential reality within your consciousness, waiting to be born. Desire is the faculty of your divine self perceiving what is already prepared for you. It is the thing itself, pressing for expression, knocking on the door of your mind. So when a deep and persistent desire arises within you, rejoice. It is not a fantasy to be chased, but a memory of your future. It is a divine promise, a sacred prophecy that contains both the seed and the soil for its own manifestation. Your hunger is the absolute proof that the feast is ready. Your desire is God telling you what you are capable of being. It is the fulfilled wish calling you home to itself. Think of it in this way. The promised land of your fulfilled desire is not a physical place you must journey to across a desert of toil and waiting. The promised land is a state of consciousness. It is here, now. You enter it not with your feet, but with your mind. You cross the River Jordan not through struggle, but through a single, daring assumption. The moment you assume the feeling of being in your promised land, you have arrived. The giants and the walled cities that seem to stand in your way are nothing more than your own doubts and fears, objectified. They have no power of their own. Your persistent faith in the reality of your assumption is the power that dissolves them into thin air. You do not need to fight the world. You only need to occupy your promised land in your imagination, and the world will rearrange itself to let you pass. And once you have entered this land in your imagination, once you have truly felt the reality of your wish fulfilled, your work is done. You must then enter the Sabbath. This is a state of complete rest, of mental and emotional stillness. It is a profound peace and quiet confidence that comes from the inner knowing. It is finished. You cease from all mental effort, all anxiety, or looking for signs, because you know that what you did in imagination was the one and only creative act. You have successfully planted the seed. Now you allow the infinite intelligence within you, the Father, to handle the germination and the harvest. To remain anxious is to show a lack of faith. The Sabbath is not laziness, it is the highest form of faith. It is the serene assurance that the power has done its work and the manifestation is inevitable. So please, keep going. You are so close because you were never far away. The power, the promise, the fulfillment, it is all within you. It is your own consciousness. You are not manifesting something new. You are selecting from an infinite menu of realities that already exist. You are not a creature of circumstance. You are the creator of worlds, choosing which one to animate with your attention and feeling. Do not look to the outside for permission or for proof. Look within. The feeling is the secret. The assumption is the key. And the state of the wish fulfilled is your true home. You are not becoming someone else. You are simply remembering the magnificent, powerful being that you already are. You are not manifesting a new reality. You are selecting one that already exists. The journey is over because it never truly began. You are already there. So, I ask you now, what state will you wear as you fall asleep tonight? What feeling will be your new home? Let me know in the comments below. What is the I am that you are claiming for yourself right now? If this message has awakened the truth within you, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because our work here is to remember the power we have forgotten, and do not stop here. The next video on your screen is not an accident. It is the next step on your path. Click it now and let's go deeper.